Hey y'all, welcome back to day 29 of the Success Series where I'm teaching you how to make more money as a model in 30 days or less. I'm Lola Shell and this is day 29, getting paid with a modeling agency. Let's break it down. If you're new to me, my name is Lola Shell. I'm an internationally working, multi-agency represented professional model and model coach. I coach models just like you on how to book their next paid modeling job in 2 weeks or less. So if you're into that, follow for more. So while I'm waiting on the shuttles to come and get me, I thought it'd be great to break down how you actually get paid with a model agency because I'm getting ready to go to one of my agency jobs. This is a 2-day booking. I just got it recently. So yeah, we're rocking out with that. Something to note, getting paid through a modeling agency is very similar to getting paid individually. The only difference is that it literally goes to your agent. So whatever, and this is kind of where it gets kind of like tricky, whatever they tell you might not be what the client is paying. It sounds really strange, but walk with me. If it's a job that's public facing, meaning it's put on a paid model job site like a Casting Networks or Backstage, they're showing you what the full rate is, right? Because the client is putting that up. But with the agency, they not only submit you for that job, so now you're technically getting the job through them, and not only do they get whatever percentage additional the client is allotting for them, but they also get the percentage they are owed from you. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that if you sign a contract, 9 times out of 10, an agency is going to take 20%. So if a job is paying $1,000 and you see it's paying $1,000 and that listing says $1,000 plus 20% for agency, that 20% is not the same. That's not the same 20% that you owe the agency. That's the 20% that the client is giving the agency for facilitating agency duties, meaning vetting the talent, having the talent on staff, making sure the talent submit properly, making sure they rise to the occasion, all of that stuff that an agency does, being in contact, being able to be contacted 24/7 around the clock. That's what an agency does. That's the 20% that the client is giving the agency for doing what they do. The 20% you're giving the agency still stands. So it's not going to be $1,000 coming to you. It's $1,000 minus the 20%. So you're really getting $800, not including taxes or anything else. That's the difference when it comes to getting paid as a model is through an agency. Is the agency is going to take their percentage because that's what your contract states. That's why I always tell models that I coach one-on-one, read the contracts. If you're curious as to oh, how much do I owe my agency? Read the contract. They have to tell you. Okay, it's in the contract. I've signed over a dozen of them. I've walked through many dozens of them with other models that I've coached. They tell you. They tell you how much they're going to take for a non-union job. They tell you how much they're going to take for a union job. They have to tell you because it has to hold up legally. And so when they are acting on your behalf, when they are receiving the check from the client on your behalf and signing that, yes, I received it, and then paying you from that, you have signed that right away to the agency. So whenever you see a casting and it's just like, oh, I want to submit for this, and your agency is submitting you for it, do not be surprised when that $1,000 job becomes $800 job, because the 20% that the client is giving the agency is not the same 20% that you have already told the agency you were going to give them. Does that make sense? Fingers crossed. Okay. This is also why I tend to submit to paid modeling jobs on my own as well. There's plenty of jobs that I've gotten that were both in the United States and abroad that paid over $1,000 a day, and I got to keep all of that. I got to keep all of that because I found it, I submitted it, and I'm the person who now has to, of course, keep up with when I'm getting paid, fill out the paperwork for payment, track my payment. I have to do all of that. When an agency books you for a job, they do all of that. They make sure that you're getting paid within that 90-day pay period or collecting the additional interest so that you can get that additional interest for the delay in payment. That's why you have an agency, to connect you with bigger clients, bigger companies, and some companies who just wouldn't look at you otherwise. So it's definitely, they play their role if you have a good agency. That's why it's good to have an aligned agency, not just get an agency for agency's sake. But that's what getting paid through a modeling agency is like. They find the job, they ask you if you want to do the job, they submit you to the job, you do the whole submission process, the client books you, you do the job, the client pays the agency takes their 20% from your cut, and then gives you the rest. That is what it's like to get paid from a modeling agency. So let me know if that all makes sense. Let me know what's your, have you experienced getting paid from a modeling agency? Let me know in the comments below, and I will talk to you soon. Oh my gosh. Also, this is not day 29. This is day 30. I'm so sorry. This is day 30. This is day 30 of the Success Series, where I'm teaching you how to book more paid modeling jobs in 30 days or less. So yay, you made it to the end of the series. My bad. Working, right? So enjoy this. Let me know if you've ever gotten paid through an agency before in the comments below. And I have a bonus day for you guys. So stay tuned for tomorrow. See you then. Same time, same place. Bye.